Do you want to get better results for your clients and learn more efficiently and quicker from Japanese acupuncture masters? Well, then you've come to the right place. Now, if you already know the scope of ShinKyu University and are just sure that it's the right fit for you, I highly encourage you to set up your interview now and see if you are a right fit for the university. However, if you're not sure about what ShinKyu University has to offer you and your practice, then I want you to keep listening because I'm going to explain the entire program. Now, I'm really proud of ShinKyu University, and I'm really proud of the achievements of the students and practitioners inside of it. Students like Dr. Santi Canizaro. Now, Dr. Santi Canizaro is from Italy, and he's one of the local doctors for his area. He sees up to 300 patients a day in his practice, some of which he does acupuncture on. Now, when he first came to ShinKyu, he was really frustrated because there was nobody in his area he could learn from, nobody he could ask questions to, and he really felt that his practice in acupuncture was stalling because he wasn't able to continue to advance. After joining ShinKyu University, after maybe 3 or 4 months, we were on a call together on one of our normal study sessions, and Santi told me, I asked him how he was doing, and Santi said, actually I feel really confident about my practice right now. I might not understand exactly what I'm supposed to do for every client, but I have a framework now that I can use, and I'm able to base my treatment on what the patient's body is telling me. It was a really beautiful moment, and a moment that I won't forget, but it's also not an uncommon one. Many practitioners around the world come to ShinKyu because they just lack mentorship, or there's gaps in their learning because they're going from teacher to teacher and workshop to workshop. ShinKyu University gets rid of all of that by giving you a solid place that you can go back to forever to ask all of the questions that you might have and to continue your learning. Now, how does ShinKyu University do this? It does it by teaching you the skill sets and theoretical education that you would have learned if you went to school in a Japanese educational system for acupuncture and moxibustion. So it literally fills in the gaps in your learning, helping you connect TCM theory with practical application of Japanese acupuncture and moxibustion. Now, this not only helps you to get better results for your client, but it also takes some of the frustration out of not knowing what to do. So instead of looking in multiple textbooks and being confused about what all of these other teachers say, now you can have one place to go to get all of your questions answered. And it also beautifully sets you up to study with advanced Japanese acupuncture masters because it gives you the skill set that they learned when they were in school, and therefore it gives you the skill set that their style is fundamentally based on. Now, ShinKyu University is broken up into 4 distinct stages. The first 2 stages are part of your lifetime membership into ShinKyu University and will be covered with one payment. So no more monthly fees, no more having to pay for each class. You get all of the classes forever, no matter how many times they're updated. Now, the first stage is comprised of asynchronized, pre-recorded learning content. Right now, we have over 30 hours of this on the platform. The second stage is built out of synchronized mentorship in 2 different forms, and I'll talk about those in a second. The third stage is in-person workshops because, as you know and as I know, you just need to talk to someone and feel their hands, and they need to feel yours and understand if you're doing it correctly. Now, the fourth stage is something I'm super excited to bring to everyone, and those are advanced workshops in specific styles of Japanese acupuncture taught by master acupuncturists. Now, I know your acupuncture school probably did the best it probably could to prepare you for your acupuncture practice, but what were some of the things you wish it would have taught you? Many of my students and many of the people I interview tell me that they wish school taught them more hands-on, practical application of acupuncture and moxibustion. So this is exactly what I put into ShinKyu University: theoretical and hands-on technical approaches to both acupuncture, palpation, moxibustion, and so much more. So ShinKyu University first and second stage comprise the Japanese Fundamental Acupuncture and Moxibustion Blueprint, what I like to call the foundational course. The first stage of that is, again, asynchronized learning, meaning you can go on whenever you have time, whenever you have a question, and watch a video or rewatch a video or take a break or have that question and then skip to the next content. It's there for you when you need it. The curriculum of the asynchronized learning content is vast. It starts off, of course, with history of Japanese acupuncture. It then goes into cultural understanding. I do this so that way you can be a better learner from Japanese acupuncture masters and learn how to ask questions better. Now, part of that as well is understanding ki and how deeply rooted it is in the Japanese language, society, and of course, medicine. For the technical aspect of the first stage, we go into a variety of techniques. Of course, foundational acupuncture techniques, moxibustion techniques, and then we go into applications, for example, in pediatrics, in bloodletting. All of these things are included as part of your one-time fee into ShinKyu University, and it's also part of the university that is consistently growing to match the needs of the participants inside of the university. Now, the second stage of the platform is synchronized mentorship. I do this through two different platforms. One is a Facebook community and the other is Zoom meetings. Now, in the Facebook community, we're able to post videos, pictures, chat as well about patient profiles, technical homework assignments that are given within the first stage, and of course, any questions that might come up in your practice. I try to answer questions within the Facebook community 5 days a week, and the best part is that only the participants of ShinKyu University are within the Facebook community. So no more asking questions and getting answers from someone who doesn't even understand your background or doesn't do the same style. Everyone is taking the same course and therefore will be able to pull on the same information. Now, the second part of that is the Zoom meetings. I do this in a very particular way, having both a camera set up above your hands for a close-up view, and then also a computer in front of you so that I can see your posture. I find this is the best and most unique way to start changing and tweaking your technical practice. This way, I can start helping you to have a better technique without you ever meeting me in person. Now, as I said before, meeting in person is also really important, and that's what the third stage is for. But remember that first and second stage are completely included forever in your first-time membership fee. So no more monthly fees, no more continuing to buy classes, no more having to rebuy the unit because it's expired. You'll always have access to the information. Now, the third stage of the university is one that I get really excited about, and that's, of course, in-person workshops. Now, unfortunately, the in-person workshops have to be a separate fee in order to pay for the location in which we're having them. However, they're really important in order to continue to build on the foundation of your practice. Now, these workshops will be set up in a very particular way. On the first day of the workshop, I will allow people outside of ShinKyu University to participate in the in-person workshops, but I'll rely on practitioners like yourself who are already in ShinKyu University to teach foundational understanding of technique and palpation. Now, while you're teaching that, I'll be walking around the room and giving you advanced ideas and understanding in order to teach the information better. The idea behind this is we'll have a tiered teaching platform so that not only do you have to understand the information as you try to practice it, but now you'll have a better understanding it by trying to regurgitate it. I really love this teaching method, and it's really exciting because now you'll have a chance to spread Japanese acupuncture and moxibustion too. This is really, really awesome, and I think it'll help us to reach more practitioners around the world. Now, the second day of the workshop will be closed to only ShinKyu University participants. So people like yourself who have already studied in the platform will be able to come to that second day, have advanced question and answers, have advanced palpation technique, have advanced hara palpation, have advanced technical practice, and teaching, of course. And I'm really excited for those workshops. They will be on a quarterly basis here in Colorado, and hopefully 2 live workshops somewhere around the world, perhaps in your neck of the woods as well. Now, the fourth stage of the university is perhaps the most exciting. This stage is also a separate fee, but it's advanced Japanese acupuncture workshops in specific styles of Japanese acupuncture. So that means you're going to be able to study a specific style with a master of that practice. Now, the best part of this is that because you've gone through the first 2 stages of the university by this point, you're going to have a solid foundational practice. So no more going to a Japanese master of 40 or 50 years and having them teach you how to hold a needle correctly. Now they can teach you how to apply it more effectively, or apply it in a more advanced way, or to approach a syndrome better. and you'll actually be able to understand instead of trying to figure out what they're doing with their hands. I'm really excited for these workshops. Right now, we have both Iyashinomichi and Ishizakuryu developing advanced person workshops with more and more styles to come. Now, this is just a really brief description of what ShinKyu University has to offer, and I'm really excited to bring this program to you and bring what only you could study in Japan now to the rest of the world. I'm so excited to take what I've been taught and teach to you. Imagine the outcomes that you can get for your patients with these techniques. Imagine how much more efficiently you could study with Japanese acupuncture and Max Sebastian masters. So what are you waiting for? Set up your interview now and join the ShinKyu University community. Fill in the gaps of your learning and get better results for your clients. I'm so excited to learn with you, and I'm so excited to learn about your goals.